Shalom, this week's Sedra Shoftim. There are hundreds of millions of people, if not billions, who study the 5 books of Moses every single day. These are Christians and Jews, even some Muslims and people of no faith. These people find the Bible inspiring and meaningful. Now, if both Jews and non-Jews study the Torah every single day, what differentiates the Torah study of the Jewish people from the Bible study of the non-Jews? The answer can be found in this week's Torah portion. In the midst of a discussion on how to solve questions of doubt when it comes to Jewish law, Hashem commands in this week's Torah portion the following. If a case is too baffling for you to decide, be it a controversy over homicide, civil law, or assault, matters of dispute in your courts, you shall promptly go to the place that your God will have chosen and appear before the Levi and the Kohen, or the judge in charge at the time, and present your problem. When they have announced to you the verdict in the case, you shall carry out the verdict that is announced to you from that place that God chose, observing scrupulously all their instructions to you. The Chizkuni explained that this verse is a clear refutation of the scholars who maintain that the written Torah was to be interpreted literally, and that there is no parallel oral Torah. If there was no such oral Torah, the most competent scholars which reside in Jerusalem, what would be the point of traveling to Jerusalem for clarification? The Chizkuni's point is that in addition to the written law, there's an oral explanation to the Torah that was passed down from Moshe, and in each generation, they taught the explanation to the next generation. If there was no additional oral explanation, then why travel to Jerusalem for the answers to legal questions of doubt? Any person could just answer the question themselves. Rambam taught about the centrality of the Sanhadrin and the oral law. He wrote that the Sanhadrin in Jerusalem are the essence of the oral law. They are the pillars of instruction from whom statutes and judgments issue for the entire Jewish people. Concerning them, God commanded, you shall do according to the laws which they shall instruct you. This is a mitzvah. The Rambam explained how crucial this principle is in the Torah. He said that whoever believes in Moshe and his Torah is obligated to make all of his religious acts dependent on the court, the Sanhedrin, and its teachings to rely on them. According to the Rambam, the laws in the oral Torah can be divided into 5 categories. The first category is the interpretations received from Moshe, which are alluded to in the Torah's text or may be derived through one of the hermeneutical principles. Regarding these laws, there are no disputes whatsoever. Whenever a person says, I have received such and such a tradition, all arguments cease. The second category are the laws about which it was said that they are halachos given to Moshe at Sinai. They have no basis in the Torah's text, as we have said, and they too are never subject to controversy. The third category are laws derived through one of the hermeneutical principles. They are subject to disagreement. The fourth category of the oral law are the laws enacted by the prophets and the sages in every single generation as a fence around the Torah. And the fifth category are the laws that were enacted in order to have relations between people, constituting neither addition nor distraction from the Torah. They are what the sages call enactments and customs. The difference between the Jews who study Torah and non-Jews who study the Bible is the explanation that comes along with it. Non-Jews don't have an explanation that comes along with the Bible. There's no authoritative way of explaining the Torah according to them. But the Jewish people have an oral explanation that is the divine authoritative explanation of the Torah. The arbiters of the oral law are the Sanhadrin, and its teachers are the Torah scholars of every single generation. Shabbat Shalom.